Before you begin any procedure, you have to make sure that the eyebrows are cleansed thoroughly. You can use micellar water, makeup remover. Please make sure not to use oil-based removers as it will hinder or have conflict with your solutions. So again, micellar water or any other water-based cleanser or even mild alcohol. Also use lash shampoo. Make sure that it is oil free also, so that you are really able to cleanse all the hair and remove all the existing oil that the eyebrow area has, especially if the person is very oily. After shampooing, of course, you need to rinse. You can use your brush again that is wet, or a wet tissue to wipe off all of the residue of the lash soap. And then finally clean with dry tissue before you begin your actual procedure. Apply step 1 using a micro brush. Make sure that you are applying step 1 because some solutions have the same color as step 2, so don't be confused. Use a micro brush to gently apply it on the eyebrow area. Apply ample amount. You think the solution should be able to cover the hair on your brows, then that's your gauge if it's enough. So after that, you get a clean spoolie or a mascara wand, and you can brush the hair up. Make sure that you're doing this very gently. Do not rub the skin so much. We are treating the eyebrow hair, not the skin, because if you rub the skin too much, it will become sensitive, and sometimes after the procedure you guys might want to do waxing, and by the time the skin is already raw and sensitive. So again, the spoolie is to massage the product in between the hair, but not to hurt the skin. Okay, so try to be as gentle as possible. Already are happy with the way you have lifted the eyebrows, you can already wrap it in cling wrap. Some companies use glue to keep the hair in place. We don't use glue because glue will affect your lifting procedure. So we place cling wrap or saran wrap very tightly into the hair to keep it in place. Now, we time the eyebrows depending on the thickness. With step 1, we do 5 minutes because she already took time in applying the product. So we only timed it for 5 minutes so as not to be harsh on the skin of the person and also the hair of the client. As you see, even with the cling wrap on, you can still fix the way your eyebrows look. If you want to lift it some more, or if some hair is not properly placed, you can still continue to brush it under, or even if you have cling wrap on top. I just want you to be careful because sometimes while you're doing this, you accidentally remove all of the solutions on the hair, so there's no more solution working on the actual hair. What you can do is to get that solution forming on top and reapply it at the bottom of the hair. We will be inserting a reminder tutorial about moving the product back into the hair because you get carried away with all of this combing of the brows. Right now we are on about 3 minutes and 42 seconds. My artist usually after 2 seconds or 2 minutes or so, she lifts the cling wrap and makes sure she combs the hair underneath in place. Okay, so this procedure, what you're actually doing is like when you are straightening the hair of the person with a flat iron and you're doing rebonding, you keep on using a flat iron to straighten the hair. This is the technique my artist is doing. She keeps combing it the way she wants it to look after the procedure. Okay, so we are now halfway our timer. So about 2 minutes and a half after applying the Saran wrap, she lifts it again to brush it again some more to make sure the hair is still in place. For the duration of the last 2 minutes, she continues to comb the hair upward and even removing the cling wrap if needed. If you can see, there is some products being removed from the hair and is gathering on the forehead. This is the one that we want to separately guide you with. We are going to video what you can do to return all those products back into the hair, because we want as much solution on the hair from the middle to the base. Not really on the ends. We don't want to burn the ends of the hair, but the base needs to have that solution back so that your lifting will last longer for a month or longer than that. Okay, so we'll just be showing you the rest of this procedure or waiting for time in fast mode for now. Okay, so after your desired number of minutes for step 1 is done, you can just remove your cling wrap, put it aside, and get a dry tissue to remove all of the solutions on the brow. Okay, as you can see, the brow is already lifted the way you want it to look without using any glue. All right, so just keep wiping that until you get clean brow area, and you can proceed to step 2. So we are now ready for step 2. Make sure that your label says step 2. So like step 1, we are going to apply step 2 with the micro brush, gently massaging it in between the hair. Okay. And also making sure not to destroy the lift you just did. Once you have completely applied step 2 solution or the fixing solution, you can start brushing it again with your spoolie. Make sure you cleaned your spoolie and removed all step 1 in it while you are brushing step 2, so there will be no conflict in solutions. For step 2, you can just allow the solution to cover the whole hair. Only step 1 is kind of sensitive to the solution, as step 1 might hurt the tail ends of your brow hair. But step 2, you can cover everything, the whole hair, because it is fixing solution or neutralizing solution, meaning it is returning your hair into its natural state. So it re-strengthens your hair. After you have combed it properly. Again, we will be covering it with cling wrap or saran wrap because we are not working on any glue. The saran wrap will serve as the material that will hold your hair down in the exact design you wanted it. Once ready, you can return your cling wrap to position hair and to heal it where you have placed it. And then you would need your timer again. So depending on your manufacturer's instruction, timing can be different from every brand. As with the brand that we're using, timing for step 1 is 6 minutes and timing for step 2 can be 5 minutes or a minute shorter. Okay, so that's why we time this for 5 minutes. Sometimes you also consider the time you spent applying the product because it's already curing starting from the time. For example, in step 1, your manufacturer said you need to do 8 minutes, but it took you 1 minute to position the hair and you already placed the product on the hair. So that means the time you applied it on the hair, it's already starting to cure. And if you estimate it, usually it takes you a minute to fix it in place before you put the cling wrap. So your timer can be 7 minutes under that because you already spent 1 minute fixing the hair. So in this case, we did 5 minutes because manufacturer's instruction can either be 6 or 5 minutes. And she took time fixing the hair or brushing the hair before putting the cling wrap and starting the timer. So we deducted 1 minute from it. So you're practically just gonna do exactly the same thing you did with step 1. So we're putting this in a fast mode now